John, it's lovely to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Congratulations on the film. Have you met anybody that doesn't like it yet? And if so, where have you disposed of their
funny,
body?
Actually. Yeah, my girlfriend hates it.
Yeah.
No, everybody seems to, it's definitely been one of those nice kind of moments where you're going through the preview of press reactions and it's like positive, and you're just waiting for the, mixed positive, and it hasn't come yet. Touch wood. I'm sure it will come eventually, but for now it's been pretty exciting, I have to say.
So what's exciting is that the overriding emotion when you're sort of keeping an eye on press reviews, or is it relief as well? Or
I think, to be honest, you kind of want to be somebody who'd rise above and never read your own reviews.
You're a bigger person than that.
Yeah, I'd love to be the guy who just never reads any of that, and maybe it takes a few more films to get to that stage. But you do, and you are relieved. And I do respect journalists, even though sometimes I hate them and all that. You have an ambivalent relationship. In one way, you're like, oh, I don't care as long as audiences love it. And then you're reading through going, you want to ring up every journalist and say, what was your problem? And can I explain this to you?
I'm not giving you my phone number.
Yeah,
if that's what we're
don't give me your phone number. No, but it is a kind of a relief. It's like, okay, we got away with another one, yeah.
In some of the reviews or people talking about it after they've seen it, it's unashamedly feel good. Almost as if it's something wrong with just making a film that is really feel good. Is that a strange reaction whenever it's almost as if people want there to be cynicism and want there to be something negative in there?
I don't know. I'm very cynical in real life. I'm not that feel good. I'm not. So I think maybe you try and kind of fix those things a little bit in your art, in your work, in your music, whatever it is that you do. You try to sort of not be who you are in the pub, which is a pain in the ass. I'm really grumpy and I'm sardonic and kind of, I like to deconstruct stuff. And maybe this film certainly is, I remember all the bad things about being a kid. I remember them being there. I remember getting, slapped around by teachers. I remember not getting the girl. I remember feeling freezing on your bike because you couldn't afford gloves, and everything was conspiring against you. But my underlying memory of being that age was just one of heightened reality and joy and optimism, and which has slowly been eroded every year I get older. But back then it was so the film, I'd be lying if I didn't make a feel-good film in a sense,
And the film obviously has been received brilliantly well internationally, and I'm sure you're having a ball travelling around with it, and it's been confirmed for South by Southwest as well coming up. So lots of great experiences. Whenever you were at Sundance and having been there before, did you feel something special this time around, or was it something familiar? Did you have
well, it's like within the first 10 or 15 minutes you kind of know if something is working at a festival or not. It's like there's almost like there's a first laugh or a first smile or a first plot point that people either, it's like getting into the sea. When you get into the sea and the first few waves like batter you back, and then you get over one big one and you're in and you're swimming. It's slightly that feeling, or you just keep getting battered back or you're not ready to get in yet. And sometimes the film is a bit like that, and people are half laughing and they don't. With this, it was like the first moment that the kid says we need to form a band, the whole cinema just burst out laughing and sort of settled into their seat. And they were like, okay, we're not going to leave. We're not going to. And you feel this little glow of, okay, this is going to work.
Is there an apprehension ahead of a full Irish house seeing it? I've no doubt that they'll love it, but for yourself coming home,
it's like going into Grogan's,
yeah,
and everybody taking you down a peg and saying, "All right, yeah,"
which you fully expect them to do as well.
Fully expect them to do, but I mean, the Irish begrudgery thing is a bit of a tired sort of theory. I don't know. It's like it's an island. It's good. It's healthy to be taken down a peg, because in America it's all like, you can do no wrong and stuff, and you need a little bit of resistance to that is healthy.
Some interesting fashion in the film, of course, for the time that it is.
Well,
you're
looking
I
know what I'm
remarkably well today. Right. Your own personal embarrassing fashion moment, maybe from that particular time.
From that period,
yeah.
Yes, I remember very well. There was a girl called Natasha. I can't give her second name because I don't even know where she is now, but I certainly haven't Facebooked her like so many other friends. Natasha was incredible, and I was 13, and I borrowed my sister's. My sister had I think my sister had like a pink sweater with an open back, like it was like an 80s thing, like that you'd see her back or whatever.
Yeah.
And I stole that from her one night and turned it around So I had an open chest going on.
Lovely.
With no pectoral muscles and no hair. And like my dad's sport coat over it and a hat maybe. And I think it was a pretty rocking look.
I think you were ahead of the curve there.
I think I may have been.
I saw one of the guys outside wearing that as well. So that's caught on in a big way.
But I think Natasha might have been bowled over by that look. I think there was a little bit of,
She's only human.
She's only human after all.
In the audition process, just to wrap things up, I'm sure you saw some wonderful people. Obviously,
Yeah.
you have a really talented cast. Some terrible people as well. Obviously, that's hard. You don't want to tell them they're terrible. But were you ever tempted at any point to go, I'm going to make a film about one of these absolutely woeful people as well? It'd be very interesting.
That's a funny question because I'm often walking down Grafton Street and there's somebody busking really badly. But there's a sincerity in what they're doing. And they're not doing Falling Slowly or Say It To Me Now. They're not singing like Glenn, the way Glenn can sing. They're shit. And you're walking past going, it's kind of brilliant how shit they are. And I don't mean shit, that sounds like I'm being a bit of an asshole. I mean that they're just not ready. Their act isn't ready. And there's something in that I find, and then you see like a girl is watching the person play, or maybe it's a girl playing and she just has a really weak voice and she hasn't mastered the guitar yet, and there's somebody watching and you go, that's not like more interesting than Once in a Way, but like that's a real life musical story happening there. I'd kind of love to film that. I'd almost love to make a documentary about that. But I haven't done it yet. I will eventually do something that's like super real and that doesn't necessarily have a big hit Oscar moment or anything like that, but is actually about the sort of the day-to-day of a really bad musician.
And very finally, you mentioned Oscar there. Obviously, brilliant turnout for Irish film. And people are already talking about Sing Street potentially for next year. But what's your own opinion on the state of Irish cinema at the moment? Films, like Room and Brooklyn as well.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's definitely good that that a few of these directors have sort of cracked the code out in America, which is an important thing to do as a filmmaker. It's very hard to survive making films in Ireland that just come out here or, So that's good. I mean, my problem, I guess, is that to me, the Irish film industry will only be really working when actors are employed, when Irish actors are just working and can pay their mortgages and their rent and do all that stuff, which at the moment they're still not doing. They're still amongst the lowest paid people in the country, and it's not a pretty sort of picture for actors at the moment. So for me, Irish film industry will truly have reached its sort of potential when actors can work and feel that they can kind of get repeat business and make films and plays and TV shows. But I mean, who can complain with what's going on at the moment in terms of Irish cinema? It's great.
Okay, well, thanks a million. Congratulations again on the film. I'm off to buy a pink V-neck, I think, and track Natasha down.
Rock
so
that look.
definitely.
Good luck with
Thank
that.
you, John.
Right,
Cheers.
man.